We're going to move our attention right now to the coronavirus and news out of New Zealand, which may offer lessons for all of us. Also, here in New York City, we started to reopen. Anjalee Khemlani has more for all of us on that.
Thank you, Adam. Yeah, definitely some exciting news out of New York City, looking at all the different areas, as you mentioned previously, that are going to be part of that phase one reopening. It's been 98 long days for the entire city, and definitely seeing some excitement over that. What that means, and as well, for public transport still remains somewhat of a question. They have said that they're serving, essential employees, and whether or not that will start to include everyone else returning to work and reopening their businesses is still a question. We're also looking at New Zealand, as you mentioned, 0 active cases. We have seen reports about their very, strong push to close down the country and activity within there in order to reach this point. And so the celebration, of course, indicating that it is possible. One of the few countries to fully reopen after, seeing some cases. They hit, I think, about 1,500 total cases. But what's interesting about that, and there have been some articles about this, is that it's a relatively isolated area, smaller population, wealthy nation, and so it's able to do this, use this strategy so successfully, which is not something we might be able to import here in the U.S., unfortunately, because we do have such a widespread population, and as we're already seeing how that affects different parts of the country differently in terms of different states seeing waves at different times. So definitely some good news out of there, though, and what that means for travel as well. We know that the Prime Minister has, floated the idea of 4-day work weeks and how that could affect employees. So something that would be interesting to see how that supports domestic travel and tourism again. Another thing that we should be looking out for. Thank you, Adam.